Yo, it's good everyone. This is AEO Boxing with Madiba, and we're here to talk about Ryan Garcia getting suspended. So news broke yesterday that Ryan Garcia has been suspended for 1 year by the New York State Athletic Commission. His win over Devin Haney has been made a no contest, and Haney's undefeated record has been restored. Ryan Garcia will also forfeit his guaranteed purse of $1.1 million back to Golden Boy, be fined $10,000, and has to submit 1 year of random drug testing as an additional part of the agreed consequences for his positive drug test. And to be honest, I'm not surprised that this happened. A suspension was the likely outcome, regardless if Ryan had contaminated supplements or if he was on the juice for real. And depending on what social media platform you're on, you'll get different reactions. But in my opinion, I think this is a fair ruling, but I also think that this ruling doesn't change much. Let me explain. The reason why this ruling is fair is because Ryan tested positive for PEDs. If you want to discourage PED use in boxing, then there needs to be repercussions and consequences for anyone who uses PEDs. Ryan is one of the biggest young stars in boxing. He's a main attraction, makes money, is a good fighter, and is popular. If Ryan was let off the hook and nothing happened to him, this will set a bad example and precedent for boxing. It will basically show boxers, promoters, and fans that PEDs are not a big deal, especially if you have the name and money behind you. But him getting suspended and fined shows that no one's above the law. And yes, I know that Ryan had contaminated supplements, which implies that he unintentionally used PEDs. This fact clears him in the eyes of many fans, so I understand why they might see the suspension as unfair. But being suspended over contaminated supplements will make boxers and coaches more aware and cautious of what they're ingesting and consuming while they're in camp. Therefore, this should curb potential PED use in boxing and even contamination in supplements. And I know a lot of people are mad that Haney got his undefeated record restored, but a no contest is the most sensible thing to do in a situation because it serves as a deterrent for PED use. No one wants a win taken off their record, especially over a name like Haney, so boxers, coaches, and promoters will be hesitant to take PEDs going forward. And all of this isn't new to boxing. Something similar happened to James Toney when he failed a drug test after beating John Ruiz for the WBA heavyweight title. Toney's win became a no contest, but he wasn't suspended, from my knowledge. But as stated before, this ruling doesn't change much. Haney still got beat up by Ryan, and no one will forget that. People will forever remember that and bring it up against Haney for the rest of his career and life. Having his undefeated record restored will only cause people that already hate him to hate him even more, which is diminishing returns at this point. And the people that love Ryan will love him even more because they see him as a victim in a situation who's being treated unfairly. And to be honest, a 1 year suspension isn't as bad as it seems. It's quite common for boxers in this era to fight once a year and have 1 year layoffs. Teofimo Lopez fought once in 2023 and 2021. Gervonta Tank Davis fought once in 2022 and just came off a 14-month layoff. Ryan fought once in 2021 and in 2020. There's so many other boxers that I can name who have taken 1 year layoffs off of boxing. So 1 year out the ring isn't new to Ryan. He will be able to fight in June of 2025, and I guarantee you his comeback will be huge. He'll have ring rust, so in the meantime, Ryan will just need to train and stay sharp. The only issue is his mental state. It's quite obvious to me that Ryan is going through it. His mom has cancer, he's going through a divorce, going through a lot of legal troubles, has promotional issues, and being suspended will only add to all of his life problems. It's possible that he can fall into a bad mental state and into vices. People already say he has a drinking and gambling problem, so it'll be important for him to stay focused during this time period. Haney, on the other hand, is probably going through the opposite. I have no doubt in my mind that losing to Ryan in that fashion had an effect on his confidence and mental health, but learning that Ryan tested positive for PEDs probably helped. He has a mental excuse on why he lost, so this suspension will likely boost his confidence again. But it looks like Haney is taking 1 year off as well, stating that I had all the belts already. From now on, I'm fighting at whatever weight I choose, no longer fighting in weight classes. Haney took a lot of punishment, and his loss was due to some technical flaws. Taking 1 year to physically recover, but to also reflect and improve his skills can be beneficial. But just like Ryan, he'll have ring rust on his return. And at this point, Haney and Ryan should have a rematch as their comeback fight in 2025. It's clear that these guys hate each other and have unfinished business. For Ryan, a rematch will validate his win against Haney and will exonerate him from the accusations of PED use playing any role in his first fight. For Haney, a rematch will be his chance to prove that the first fight was a fluke and that Ryan needed PEDs to win. Because of these stakes and a 1-year wait, I guarantee you that the rematch will be bigger in every aspect compared to the first fight due to the history and anticipation behind it. And to be honest, this will benefit Haney more than Ryan. As of right now, Haney's marketability is at an all-time low. His stock dropped immensely due to his performance against Ryan, and because of the boring label that's been attached to him for years, Haney isn't as valuable to promoters or a popular attraction to casual fans. And this was reflected in the purse bid with Sandor Martin, in which Top Rank was the only promoter who participated in it and put down a bid of $2.42 million. Haney will receive about $1.5 million, and that's a massive pay cut compared to his previous fights. A rematch, however, would be a big fight, therefore a big payday for Haney, and this is something that he wants and needs. Winning the rematch will put him back on top. By 2025, the landscape of boxing, especially at 140 and at welterweight, will be different. The rematch will most likely happen at welterweight, and I predict that welterweight will be a hot division by then. The current champions are all young and getting more active. Furthermore, several guys at 140 like Teofimo Lopez may move up or be willing to by then. This will be a good entry point for Ryan and Haney to take over the division on their return. But who knows, this is boxing, anything can happen. But thank you for tuning in with Ayo Boxing with Madiba. Like, subscribe, and more contents coming your way.